Good morning. No, it's not upside down. Okay, I thought my camera was upside down for a minute. In the event that when it uploads it is upside down, you have my apologies. It should not be. If there's a little bit of shaking, again, also my apologies. I'm trying a little bit of a different system. Well, it's housekeeping. Hello. Welcome to my parlor. I'm Zephyr. I'm going to do a general collective reading today. Full disclosure, I swear. I try to keep this channel inclusive. I use the term spirit and universe interchangeably. They're the only ones I use. Let's see here. Oh yeah, if for any reason, my energy and the readings don't resonate with you, please feel free to check out any of our other amazing tarot readers on YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment. Keeps me motivated. Lets me know how I'm doing. And if you'd like to book a personal reading, you can reach out through... there's a link in the description box down below. If you'd like to just donate and support the channel, there's a link for that. Let's see here. Anything else? Nope, that's about it. We're going to get... Oh, I use the Herb Crafter Tarot and the Tarot Muka, and still using the Mystical Shaman. Interesting. Somebody's feeling a little inspired here. I'm trying a little bit of a different layout today. The table's smaller. I want to see if that helps. Well, I mean, not helps. See how it works. Maybe encourage universe to throw fewer cards. But yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, that's it. Yep. That is it. Let's read these cards, shall we? Welcome to my parlor. Thank you for joining me today. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you're new, it's great to have you. Hope you enjoy. All right. So we're going to start with, we're going to look at the foundation energy here. The Iha of water. That's the same as the Page of water. Let's go to the card. Iha of water. Chamomile. Return refreshed to a beginner's heart. Tender heart, big dreams. Calm your spirit when emotions run awry. Dried chamomile fills a jar on a countertop. A child pours hot water over flowers in a glass bowl. She spills a little onto the counter, distracted by the scene beyond the window. It is a clear day. The ocean is gleaming as if covered in diamonds. A helper steadies the girl's hand and brings her attention back to the flowers in the water. The Iha of water embraces her feelings with the freedom of a child. When emotions overrun and overwhelm her, she reaches out for help. She remembers the many times she was given chamomile tea when she was sad. She knows the medicine she needs, though she may not be able to prepare it on her own. Just as chamomile's sweet scent calms anxiety and brightens the spirit, the child quiets her mind and gives herself permission to be playful with her heart. She embraces her dream and often loses herself in imagination. I'm going to read the crafting part. It says, calm overwhelming emotions with gentle chamomile tea. Soothe a headache after a big cry with a chamomile head compress. Collect your dreams with chamomile as you harvest the flowers blossom by blossom. Don't know if that's possible for anybody, but just figured I'd throw that out there. I don't always feel like it's necessary to read the crafting information, but that seems relevant. Ace of Water, Plantain. Follow your heart. Trust your instincts and intuition. Your capacity for love is limitless. It is the height of summer. A gentle, flowing river is lined with lush vegetation. At the edge of the bank, a healthy plantain plant spreads its strong leaves along the ground in all directions. The tiny white flower petals form the shape of a halo around each stalk. Bees are drinking water from the riverbed. The air is cool with a breeze from the glacier above. New experiences can cause a wellspring of feelings. Open your heart to spiritual guidance. Take a look at an ancient calling of soul. Plantain is a prolific yet powerful medicine that is easily missed. To embody the love you desire, you may need to see it in a new light. Mixed with a bit of water, this unassuming weed gently heals wounds from bites and stings. A simple, compassionate approach to a surge of emotions can have the most meaning. Small strings form a rib-like structure within the leaves that give it strength. Nourish your emotions and trust your feelings. The threads of joy point the way to wisdom. Somebody is learning to love themselves a little bit more. And seems like they're having a little bit of a... They're feeling inspired and motivated, I think, to keep pushing. But coming at it from a different direction, maybe, emotionally. Okay, 7 of Fire, Cinnamon. Answer the call of the ancients. Seek vision from ancestors. Take a stand for your whole, authentic self. There we go. An image of the goddess Ixchel and a sunstone are gathered on a table. A rosary is draped across a dusty book of curanderismo, healing arts, near a roaring fire. Cinnamon has been crushed for té de canela, cinnamon tea, and now boils on the wood stove. A jar of cinnamon sticks remains opened and lime sliced. Ancestral traditions remind us who we are. Té de canela is a remedy of Mexican grandmothers. Your personal power has roots in your own cultural heritage. When you hear a call from the ancients, start with a study of your bloodlines. Learn the history, take the medicine, and eat the food of your people. As cinnamon found its way around the globe on the Silk Road, allow yourself to be taken on a journey by your ancestors. Devotion to divine beings will deepen your connection. Collect imagery and stories. Make altars and offerings. Take pride in where you come from. Stand up for who you are. Claim your sovereign path. Your foremothers will give you direction. Cinnamon is a strong and spicy remedy. Be assertive and bold in the expression of true self. Somebody's coming into themselves. They're learning to love themselves more and to express themselves more authentically. And perhaps you're doing so by, studying your roots, or that's what you're going to be doing, or something to do with that. That feels right. And also beautiful. It's going to lead to some big change for you. Let's read this, the Tower. This is another beautiful card. Sorry I didn't lift the first two up. I didn't really feel like it was entirely necessary, but these are a little bit more, maybe the imagery might give a little bit more insight. Let tragedy nourish the soil of rebirth. Everything is food for growth. Be liberated by your acceptance of profound change. A tree crashes in a dark wood onto a bed of brown, gold, and green leaves. Burps. A large decaying piece of the trunk is covered in mushrooms. When the wood is touched, it gives way, crumbling to dust. Light shines through the forest and hits the log, illuminating the vibrant colors of the mushrooms. Sudden change leads to destruction and upheaval. Mushrooms are the instigators of transformation in the forest. They spark foundational healing. Mushrooms are decomposers. They convert material that is no longer useful into something living things can eat. They break down and absorb environmental contaminants, recycle decaying materials, and bring nutrients to the soil. Use tragedy to nourish the bedrock of your soul. Let the current crisis consume the false narratives you have created and rewrite your story. Now is your chance to play at the game of life anew. As mushrooms build the immune system, allow yourself to build strength through resilience. Mushrooms reproduce by shooting their spores through the air in bursts. Once the first shock of profound change has passed, let new energy be released. So, yeah. Excuse me. If anybody's, I can't remember which episode it was. It was a couple of days ago. It's in the last few days anyway. This is more of that turning your sorrow into treasured gold. You're taking what you've learned and what you've experienced, and you're finding some way to make something beautiful from the lessons learned. And that's great. That's amazing. That's exactly what more of us need to do. All right, now we're going to move on to clarifying what is this. What is the part to clarify? Is it the inspiration? Is it the emotional healing? What is the tower? What is the tower that is going to bring on this, that is going to be the impetus? The universe, what is the tower? Because that's the message. There's something. You have something that has happened recently. Or, well, maybe not recently, but maybe you're wrapping up processing it. But there's something that's come to a close or going to come to a close if it's not in the process of doing so. And King of Swords, you got wise. You got wise to some shit, maybe. There we go, you got wise and realized you needed to isolate from some people. Maybe just from the rest of the world. Maybe you just need to take a break and find a new job, go in a new direction. But you got wise about something. Something was leaving you exhausted and needing to do that, and you've gotten wise to that. And you are going to be. There's a shift there with what you know about something and how it's affecting you. And you probably might be maybe conflict in a workplace. But this feels like it's to do with like life-work energy. Oh yeah. Maybe petty conflict and imbalance in a workplace, or maybe internal conflict and a sense of imbalance within yourself. And 5 of Cups, feeling like you've missed out on something. Hang on, sorry, are these on the screen? So this is all clarifying the tower. And you feel like you missed out on something, or that you've been missing out on emotional fulfillment. You're getting wise to the fact that whatever the tower represents, crumbling, was not good for you. You were either in conflict constantly with what you were doing or the environment you were in, or you were in constant internal conflict. You were exhausted and you were suffering from internal conflict and a sense of imbalance because of that, and also a sense of emotional loss. But the things you were missing out on were not necessarily good for you. See, one of the cups in the 5 of Cups, it's not as obvious in this one, but it's still there. The cups appear, 2 of the cups appear to have water. but one of them, the liquid is a little bit of a different color. It might be hard to see on this. But in this instance, it's because this represents mourning the loss of something that was bad for you. That off-colored liquid is poison. So you lost something, but in doing so, you eliminated something toxic, or you're going to lose something maybe, or feel like you've lost something. But it was something that was bad for you. And remember, you still have 2 cups left. And there's not poison in those cups. You still have abundance. I'm not going to take... Oh. No, I'm not going to take those. I'm just kind of shuffling on reflex now. I don't think we need any more cards. You're getting wise to that, you were getting wise to that. You either are, or you are in the process of getting wise to this whole situation. And you want to move out of it because you don't want to keep feeling like you've missed out on emotional fulfillment. You want to cut the bullshit, and you want to move forward, and you want to grow. And emotionally and psychologically. Yeah, maybe I kind of feel like this indicates intellectual fatigue, like mental fatigue, and physical fatigue. That's what the 2 of Pentacles feels like to me right there. It's a sense of imbalance because your body is fatigued. You probably have had fluctuating energy recently. Going from feeling pretty energized and comfortable to just exhausted pretty quickly, or just like done with the world and not able to, just needing to check out and recuperate. It happens to all of us. And if you're feeling like that, you should listen to your body and to your mind and your emotions, and you should take a break, such as you're able. Sorry for the shaking. And recalibrate. Assess where you're at and where you're going, and if you're happy with that. If you are happy with you and where you're going, and if you can look at your life and where you're at and what you have going on and say, taming the wind, and say, I'm happy with this, I'm content with this, then carry on. Like this, if it brings you peace where you're at, carry on. But if when you ask yourself that question, am I happy with myself? Am I happy with where I'm at? Have I done the things that I want to do? Have I made the impact that I want to make? And if the answer is anything other than yes, assess, reflect, look at that, and think, go back to the beginner mindset. Go back to when you were young. What did you want to be? What were your dreams? How many of them have you fulfilled? And if you haven't, if you've done almost none of them or only a couple, and there's so many, especially like your biggest one that you haven't done, look into doing it. See if it's, if that's still something you want to do, go do it. Figure out what it means to you to go do that. And here we have our Oracle clarification from the Mystic Shaman Oracle Guidance deck. Taming the Wind. Sorry, my hand's shaking. There we go. Beautiful card. Taming the Wind. That's a pretty lady with feathers and leaves and things in her hair and flowers and whatnot. Alrighty here. The essence. Here, the essence. Here, the feather, a symbol that is used in clearing ceremonies. Okay, we're going to wait a second. My neighbor is leaving. Because I read this in the card part. This is a really pretty card. There's all kinds of bird imagery. Looks like a crow, and I'm not sure if it's a swallow or not. There's the shell symbol made out of peacock feathers. Oh, that's cool. I have not looked at this closely, this card before, but this card is really interesting. Here we go. See if you can see that in the imagery there. Here, the feather, a symbol that is used in clearing ceremonies for smudging, reminds you of the sacred commitment you make to your life. This is the symbol of consciously bringing the spiritual into the material, infusing the world with reverence and an acknowledgement of the higher planes of existence that influence and animate all life. The feather is a symbolic reminder of deliberately entering into a partnership with the Great Spirit to co-create for the highest good of all. Yeah. So that's the essence. Here is the invitation. It's time to clear your energy, be present, and become conscious of how you communicate. This is a good time to write in a journal and put your thoughts into a cohesive form. Perhaps you need to actually do a smudging ceremony in your home or office, creating a sacred space to write about your dreams and desires. Just remember that when Taming the Wind appears as a symbol, it is time to honor the Great Spirit with reverence and respect. Okay, so somebody, sounds like we all probably, I know I do, we need to clear up our space. We need to clear up our physical, emotional, and psychological space. Because if you have a whole bunch of mental clutter and emotional clutter and physical clutter, it's really hard to get anything done. It's really difficult. So that seems like a challenge ahead of us all. And something that came to my mind because of this particular card and its language, I use sage. I do not practice smudging ceremony because I am not an Indian American. What is the right word? I'm not an American Indian. I'll go with that for the moment. American Indian, Indigenous American, Native American, whichever. I don't practice a smudging ceremony. I was not raised in the culture and trained in that ceremony because smudging is a specific ceremony and spiritual process, and it is very it would be like it's a specific cultural ritual, and it's important not to appropriate terms. So I use sage to clear my space, but I'm not smudging. And I also use Palo Santo because I like Palo Santo. And I have an abalone shell because I like abalone shells. And I like that in this bowl, right here in this little seashell, in this abalone, I have fire and water and earth and air all represented. And so for me, that's an elemental representation. I just wanted to talk about that, just to kind of bring a little awareness to that real quick before I wrap this up. There's the message. You're in the process. You probably are. I feel like this happened for a lot of us already. You've gotten wise to situations that have not been helping you. You've recognized there's some changes you need to make, that you need to clear energy and space and go back to more of a beginner. Kind of go back to the beginning and just like return to that childlike sense of wonder and awe and think about what inspired you, what made your heart flutter and you feel like, I want to do that. Go do it. I hope that helps everyone. Thank you for joining me in my parlor. I hope this reading helps and resonates with you all. Oh, that's the other bit that I forgot at the beginning. This reading is a timeless collective reading. There are no dates, so go purely off of the titles when you're like looking for, if you're trying to find a message or looking for something or, wanting a message. Go off of what the titles as they resonate with you. And then when the message resonates, take it as it is. Leave what doesn't. That's it. All right. Take care, everybody. Have fun. Again, thank you for joining me. It's been a good reading. Bye.